What's up, rookie house flippers? I got one for you today. This is Jackson Wilkie with the Ground Up House Flipping YouTube channel. You want raw, you want honest house flipping? One of you, a member of this YouTube channel, called me with a deal right here in the Houston, Texas area. So I'm gonna be calling you on the phone. Now, we already talked. What you viewers are gonna see is that he, inherited a property. Super unfortunate, circumstance. So you're gonna hear that story. And then himself, even after that instance, came up with stage 3 testicular cancer, but he did beat it. He's gangster and he's motivated, but he's got some properties he wants to sell. So he called me. So you're gonna hear me and him talk. We're gonna look at the properties. You're gonna see all this, and then we're gonna come up with a plan. What do? I'm not good at this stuff. I got to figure out what the best avenue is for it. You're going to hear me call Hard Money Joe. We're going to go through the tax rolls. We're going to go through the lots. We're going to go through like 3 different options. And he even comes up at the end of this video with the craziest strategy I've ever heard. Way better than buying these things and renting them out. And it has to do with creative financing and owner financing. So he's actually done it before. He gives you a live example of the money that he made from it. And I think this is a great way. I don't know exactly how this is all going to boil down. You're going to have to subscribe to this channel to see the follow-up and when we go tour it and video it. But you're going to hear the live call and then the call with Joe. Trust me, if you're getting into house flipping, you're getting into, real estate investing, this is the shit that you pay like $20,000. All these courses, you're going to get it free on this channel. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss these 2 conversations. So let's get into the first one, and let's call my main man, the barbecue bandit himself. You'll learn what that means. Daniel, let's get into it. It looks like it's a big property, 2 properties on one big lot, and you're looking to sell it. So let's get some information from you. Talk about a raw YouTube channel. As raw as it gets.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? This is Jackson.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, dude. Sorry. Yeah, I just got to my office, man. I've been looking at your stuff. So tell me the story. You inherited these properties?
So actually, these are the houses that I grew up in, right? And
No. Okay.
so, but there's not. I mean, I'm not like just all sentimental to them and all that. Like it's not going to be one of those soppy stories like that. So I kind of got forced to take on these properties in a sense because I'm the only son of my parents. I have 3 older sisters. So when the property kind of became too much for my parents to handle because of their health reasons, basically it was like, okay, which one of y'all is going to step up and take this on? Yeah. So it was obviously I'm the only son, so It fell on me. So that's when we took over the property. 2018, we did a full remodel on the inside of the White House, the 3-bed, 1-bath. Yep. And I did a garage conversion for my parents to stay in.
Okay.
And we took over their mortgage. So it's a 3-1, and it also has 1 bed, 1 bath, and a little living room, kitchenette, washer dryer area out in the garage. So mother-in-law suite.
Who's we? Is it you, like you and your wife, or you and your sisters, or what?
Okay. Yeah, no, me and my wife.
Okay.
So yeah, we did all that. That was 2018. Well, 2019, my dad passed. And
oh man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, appreciate it. So yeah, my mom never really used the mother-in-law suite. She was just bouncing around between me and my sisters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we had intentions of doing a complete renovation of the outside as well, new roof, fix up some more of the garage because it's got like a little, I guess you call it a 2-car garage. It's kind of it was a carport that was closed in, and so we used it like a workshop basically.
That's on the White House?
So yes,
okay.
On the White House. So we had intentions of doing a lot more. We were even going to actually add onto the master bedroom and attach a bathroom to it to make it a full-on master suite.
Yeah.
Because so if you're looking at the front of the house, the left-hand side is where the restroom is. There's the master bedroom, the restroom, and so we were just going to put a restroom on the back side of the current restroom, where the plumbing is already here. Just kind of extend the master bedroom and add that restroom.
Okay.
And so those were the intentions. So then in 2020, I got diagnosed with stage 3 testicular cancer.
Golly.
So, yeah. So
you okay?
I'm good now, man.
Okay.
Thank God. Still recovering. Technically I'm disabled. So that's why now I'm like, okay, all those dreams of doing all this stuff. Back then I was an instrument tech for Dow Chemical.
Okay.
And So I was making good money. I was able, we spent freaking 30 grand renovating this house and then doing the mother-in-law suite back in 2018, So like I said, it was like, okay, next year's project, we're going to do the add-on and this and that. Then I got sick. So now I'm on disability, recovering, doing great though, doing a lot better. So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, man, what do we do? I planned on making this property really great. I was going to fix up the old house in the back and either use it as like a rental property or try to do a reno and flip on that or something. So now I'm just like, okay, my best situation now, because this is crazy. Me and my wife are actually like halfway through our realtors class right now.
Oh,
it's just
cool.
Something that, in trying to sell our own house, our realtor, like around here in this town, they're just like, I don't know, I guess just old school.
Yep.
They just want to post some pictures and kick back and wait for it to sell. Like she literally tried to plan our first open house next week. The last week of our 6-month contract is our first open house.
Trying to keep that contract alive.
Yeah. So, in doing all this research on our own, like, hey, why is our house not selling? We've really found that, okay, our realtor's not really doing anything. She's not trying to market it in any way. So we started taking matters in our own hands. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? We're halfway there. Shit, all of the information we've already learned. Let's just get our freaking license.
Cool.
And, she works in the medical field. She's a supervisor at a clinic here. And she's like, you know what? I'm kind of the medical field. I've done it for, umpteen years. I'm just burned out of it. It's depressing. And she was like, I want to try something new anyway. So now we're just kind of like, you know what? Let's sell off what we got. We've already been pre-approved for through a lender for a mortgage to go buy something else.
Okay.
So now we're just looking to make as much as we can quick off this house, put a down payment on a new house, and then use the rest of the money left over to like invest in ourselves, basically.
Okay.
I've even thought about trying to flip some houses on my own, but I'm like, I got to have I need the capital to start, getting that going. And so this is kind of my stepping stone, I feel like,
Yeah. Well, there's a lot there. Because one of me is like, okay, I could probably, obviously I want to see them all, but
right.
Do you have a price for like the whole So real quick, how big is this lot?
The lot is 0.52 acres.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. All of it together is just over half an acre. So the lot sizes are 50 by 150. So that comes out to like 7,500 square foot per lot, and there's 3 lots. So it's a quarter. It's 25% of a city block.
Yeah.
We're 3 minutes from our historical downtown. This has been in my mom's family since the 50s, or 1950 or something like that. The house was built in 52.
Yeah.
So they bought early before anything really developed around here. So
cool. With that, like, okay, if what would like your dream scenario be with this whole property? Just sell it, get as much money as possible, or do something with it?
When you say do something with it, you mean like?
Yeah, I guess. Well, if you could like right now get exactly what you wanted for this, like, is it just price? Like you want to really, max out on price and just kind of move on?
Right now, in this moment, yes, only because of the experience we've had with our realtor.
Yeah.
We're just like over it now. Now we're just like, when this contract's over, like I'm moving on. Like at this point, I'm hoping we don't get an offer between now and then because I don't even want her to get her commission because I'm like, she hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So
I know what you mean. It sucks. I've gone through that before. The other aspect of this too is I have a real estate agent partner here and he grows a team. So if you guys do get your license and you're kind of struggling to get deals right out of the way, like, dude, I'd be more than happy to get you with Joe and get you a part of the team. And that just gets deals under your belt, gets you earning some income, and you'll learn real estate really freaking fast. So if that's something you'd want, I could totally hook you up.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Because real estate is tough. It's awesome, but it's tough.
Right. And so me and my wife are like, so I'm 35, my wife's 37.
Yep.
And we're just like, we're at that point in our lives where we're like, man, fuck this. Let's just rewrite this shit. Like, let's just wipe the slate. Like, God dealt us a certain set of hands or whatever, like this is what we have to work with. But you know what? Like we're hungry. We're the type, like we're never content. Like now, don't get me wrong, we're grateful.
No, I know exactly what you mean. You sound just like me.
Especially after coming out of my battle with cancer.
Yep.
I'm more grateful now than I've ever been my whole life.
I love it, dude.
But I'm very hungry. Like, I'm on disability, and I could kick back and just say, yeah, I'll ride this train the rest of my life. But I'm like, fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
I've always been a hustler. Always been the type, like I said, I'm never content. I never want to settle. So I'm like, you know what? If this what works for me, like physically, I can see, I can go and show houses.
Yep.
I can do walkthroughs and stuff like that. I can't work in the refineries the way I used to.
Yep.
But I'm like, okay, well, God's put this in front of me for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, I try to take it as this bad experience that we've had with our realtor. I'm like, well, that's what's pushed me to educate myself on all of this. And so, instead of looking at it like, oh, poor us, we got just our luck, we end up with the shittiest realtor in town. It's like, no, that pushed us to investigate and educate ourselves. And now it's led us to, possibly a whole different business to get into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of, like I said, that's kind of where we're at with it, man. So,
okay.
I mean, yeah, I would love to just do like a quick dump off of the property, take our money and ride off into the sunset. But at the same time, I'm trying to figure out what's going to be my best lane after that, as far as generating more, passive income, or do I do, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram page, so I do competition barbecue.
I saw the barbacoa. I was like, come on.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm a hustler. So I do barbecue pop-ups and stuff. And so I'm like, shit, do I go buy a concession trailer with part of that money? And you know what I mean? Like, just all these different ideas are coming to my head. And I'm like trying to figure out what's going to be the smartest move. You know what I mean? And I have a few friends that dibble in real estate. I actually have a friend in Houston that flips houses, but he has a full-time job too.
Yes.
So he doesn't get to do as many flips as he'd like. You know what I mean? So I've talked to him about a bunch of stuff, and he's kind of giving me some advice. I should have listened to his ass from the get-go, because he was like, dude, take what you can get. He was like, if you want to get into flipping, you can't, your first one, you can't be trying to be rich or get rich off your first flip.
Yeah.
Basically. He's like, so you'll make it up on the next one. He's like, sometimes you got to learn that or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, but I know my house is worth 220 and I want 220. You know what I mean? And I'm like, shit, looking back now, I'm like, we kept having to drop the damn price because our realtor wasn't marketing it right. And I'm like, we're sitting at 170 right now, as an asking price, and I'm like, shit, man.
Yep.
So, but yeah, man, that's.
What is your Instagram? Because you messaged me. Is it?
It's Barbacoa Bandits. Yeah. I don't have any personal pages. I just have my cook-off stuff. So in the Facebook one, I actually just made that, like, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. So I have like no friends or followers on there, but on Instagram I got like 3,000 and something followers.
Well, I'm gonna put this on the YouTube channel, so I'm gonna tell everybody, go follow.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you some follow, so everybody who comes to Texas is gonna find out where your pop-ups are, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'm totally interested, man, and it sounds like we're a lot alike. So, I mean, and I have got this YouTube channel doing flipping, but as you've probably seen, I mean, I'm only 3 to 4 into this, and I'm learning too, but that's why I'm documenting this whole thing. It's awesome, dude. And it's not the whole, that's what I learned. Man, I wish I would have done this 5 years ago. It's like, I won't think I was ready for it 5 years ago. It's like, it happens when it happens. And I'm still like, I'm sitting in my office right now going over a deal that I'm buying right now that I don't think it's as good of a deal as when I was there. So I'm like, I'm learning a ton about this, but I will be able to, get you in, personally with Hard Money Joe. I mean, you've probably seen him on the channel, the greatest resource ever. I mean, so this guy can be in your corner, and then if you want to get into the flipping stuff, I mean, between me and him and, all that, we got a lot of deals coming up too. Now we got viewers coming into what we, helping us prospect and find deals. I'll get you right into it, man.
Yeah, and dude, this area, I mean, what you're familiar with being in the Houston area, but we're right, Bay City. A lot of people get it confused with Baytown.
Right,
we're a little further south, and we're right on the coast. So there's a lot of the vacation homes, the fishing places, the coastal properties, and we have a lot of like farmland, ranch properties and stuff. So I think real estate in this area, and it's booming, man. Like, as I'm talking to you, right across the street from me, you can probably look on Google Maps, but right across the street from the White House that we live in, there was an empty lot. My entire life growing up, that lot was empty. Well, about a year ago, a developer came in, bought it. It's like half a block. And they put up like 6 of those developer cookie cutter, they all look the same homes. And they're all sold for like I think the cheapest ones, the 1-story houses and 3-2s, were selling for like mid-2s, and the 2-story ones, I'm guessing, are like 4-bedroom houses. They were selling for like almost 3. So, and they sold them quick. I mean, within a month, it seemed like they were all full.
Dang, yeah, it doesn't show it on the Google Maps yet, so it's probably not updated.
So yeah, man, dude, there's a bunch of stuff here around town, like different areas that were just wooded my entire life, because I've grown up here my whole life, and there's so many areas that were just abandoned or wooded that are now just cleared out and they're being developed.
Well, let's dominate that area, man. You probably know everybody there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people here for sure. Yeah, spend your whole
life in a
population of 18,000 people. Yeah, you get to know everybody.
Well, why don't we do this, dude? I mean, you got it listed, and why don't we, like, next week sometime, maybe Wednesday or something, I'll roll out there.
Okay.
I'll bring the camera. I'll bring my contractor. We'll look at it and just see. That way we can see it all and either just get you the exact price you want or partner with you on something, whatever. But
right.
I think that would be really cool. I'm super interested. I'm pumped you reached out, and then on the real estate side of things, dude, I can help you out there too, or investing, whatever, man. I'm down to help you.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the cool part about this industry. It's like, dude, the more people you know, you don't hide secrets. You help people.
Right. I was going to say, I found you organically, dude. Like, just literally, when I was telling you, researching stuff on my own, I'm like, okay, let me look up real estate stuff and flipping houses, maybe. I don't know. So I found your page, and I watched like 2 videos before I realized you were in the Houston area.
What do you think of the channel? Shit. Does it help you? Like, coming from a beginner?
Yes, dude.
Shit, yes?
Oh, dude, for sure, yes. 100%.
I didn't know how it would go, but I was so tired of not doing anything for 2 years. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this and drag the camera around, be a rookie.
You have the vibe for it, dude.
I actually thought I was gonna get shredded on YouTube by everybody because I was so new at it, but I don't know. Really? It's having the reverse effect, which is pretty cool.
No, for sure. You've got, like I said, you've got the vibe for it. I like how, like you always say, you know, how you just keep it raw, uncut, no fugazi. You're not out here trying to fluff some stuff up and act like you're something you're not. Like, it's pretty cool, like how transparent you are. And like I said, your vibe, I mean, you're the way you talk and everything, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy, he's a normal guy. He's like, you're gonna hear an occasional F-bomb, a shit, a damn, or that's real life, dude. I'm like, you know, that's what I know in church not to say that.
I know.
In a business meeting, you know what I mean? But real life scenarios, especially when we're talking business, money,
you're talking a lot of money.
Like, you're going to use some colorful words, like,
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? So I'm like, I love that part of it. Where I think a lot of people would have probably been hesitant or scared, like, oh, I got to keep a certain audience, and hell no, like,
no.
Keep it raw, keep it real, and I think that's probably, you know, because like I said, there's in the Houston area, there's probably a shit ton of people that are flipping, developing, and stuff like that. And my thing was like, oh, I'm gonna call this guy. I'm gonna try to contact this guy. And as you can see, dude, I was investigating, like, okay, let me find this guy's email. It's got to be on his YouTube page. So I saw one email, and I was like, let me send it to that. And then I was like, that seems like because it was like the one to sign up for the.
And the funny thing is, I got your property, I got your email. I'm looking at it right here, and I was like, oh, dude, I actually flagged it. I was like, dude, I got to hit this guy up. And then yesterday, those storms came through, and my dad flew in from Idaho, and what a disaster yesterday. Man. By the way, is your house, everything okay?
Yeah, we're good. I mean, we didn't sustain too much. We were out of power for a little. Actually, we got hit the day before harder than we did yesterday.
Oh, we didn't get hit at all. But yesterday, those tornadoes that came through, and like, actually, a house that I'm closing on, I've already done a video on, is going to extend 3 days. The title guy on that one, a friggin' tree went through the middle of his roof. So, like, I saw your email yesterday. Yesterday was just hectic, and then I'm glad you messaged me right away, because I always answer those emails.
And like I said, I sent that one, and I was like, I know he's busy, so let me just send it to everywhere I can find him. That way, eventually, I know at
send me
some point
deals.
He'll check something. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm pumped about this one, dude. This is cool. I got some info on it. I think, I mean, especially since it is listed for 2 more weeks, we're not in like a massive rush. But like, dude, middle of the week next week, I'll just come out there, bring the camera. I'll look at everything with my contractor, and we'll come up with, a good price for it or a plan, something.
Yeah, dude. I'm open for any ideas. Like I said, at this point, I'm like, shoot, whatever, man. Whatever makes the most sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, for everyone. You know what I mean? Because I know how it is too. I know you got to make your money too. And
cool.
Obviously, you're not in this business to lose it. You know. So.
Yep.
But
Love
yeah,
it.
man, that sounds good, dude. Just keep in contact with me. If anything, changes, if Wednesday comes and something comes up or whatever, let me know. Or if you need to move it to a different date or whatever works. I got nothing but time on my hands, man. So
all right. Well, this is my personal number too. Text me with anything you got.
Okay.
And then
same. I'll just, if you have any more questions between now and then, shoot me a text, call, whatever.
My man. Okay, sounds good. Well, this is gonna be a fun one.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Okay. See you.
All right.
Bye.
Later, man. Bye-bye.
So, if y'all got to go to Instagram, follow the Barbacoa Bandits, man. Let's help our boy out. Gone through a lot, it seems like, but I'm pretty pumped about that. If you guys, if you have deals around there, this is the cool part. Like he was mentioning, we have the new academy, the Ground Up Academy. So we've got about, I think we're up to about 14 of you viewers in here, and we're training you on wholesaling, motivation, and finding a lot of deals. So that also opens the door if you're just, an investor who wants to, buy deals or invest into, funds with Hard Money Joe or something, whatever. Just shoot me that email right here to learn more about the academy, how you can get involved, or if you have deals, we can help. And if you're in a different state, I'm actually learning through Hard Money Joe, like he's got connections in all these states, so we can help you sell. If you've got crazy, properties or your family owned like this situation and you want to just sell them and get rid of them, we can actually help you find buyers with that too. That's not me coming from like, I know how to do this. I've just opened the door doing this YouTube channel to like meet all these incredible people. And so we have so many ways that we can help you out. So shoot me the email and then make sure that you subscribe. Yes, you heard it from there. You can't tape that. That would be a paid actor and that was too real. Like that's a real conversation that I just had. And what I'll do is in the next video or a following video, we're going to go tour this property. So you're going to have to subscribe to this channel in order to see what we do there. And my mind immediately is like, dude, this thing, I mean, look at the size of that. Half acre. Maybe we can build a bunch of those units that he's talking about there. I'll partner with my contractor, with Hard Money Joe, and maybe Daniel, or if he just wants to sell, whatever, we'll figure that out. But might be able to build something there. It's going to be a fun one. All right, so you heard that conversation. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to call Hard Money Joe, and we're going to break down what I heard, because again, I'm new at this, and I think the cool part is like, you can surround yourself with people with all these ideas. I have ideas right now, and I'm so new at flipping and investing that my initial thoughts like, okay, do you divide these properties, all three of them, make 3 lots and sell them? Is that even worth? How much does that cost? Can you do it? I know I can go to Hard Money Joe and he's already done all of this 1,000 times. So you're going to hear some crazy options. And even if this is a good deal at all, plus at the end, just wait till the last idea he has. And then we're going to run all the numbers. So you want to hear what we should do with this property? Well, let's get into it. Oh, wait. But first, have you hit the like button yet? Come on, homies. I'm doing all of this for you guys. The only thing I ask for is that you hit the like button. That helps my videos. Now, let's go talk to Hard Money Joe. All right, so I'm going to send you this property. Super cool, dude. So he's either wanting to sell it or he's like, dude, I really want to get my real estate license, or I want to... I'm texting you the listing right now. So he has a really terrible agent. I think they had it at 200 something. Super old school agent, doesn't help him, and their contract expires in 2 weeks. He's like, I really hope we just don't even get an offer. But now we've reduced the price a bunch, and he had testicular cancer too, stage 3 in 2020, but he got through it. And now they're like, him and his wife are just like, all right, we want to kind of start fresh, either get into real estate or start investing. And I'm like, dude, we'll help with all that, man. So if he want, and I'm like, we could partner on something like this, or I'll just give you the money that you want, if it's a deal. So I just texted to you.
Yeah, you're west of 60, so you're a little bit, you're a little bit of a better area.
Okay.
Basically, Bay City, man. I don't know if you've ever been out there, but
I haven't.
It's it's a long ass ways. It's
yep.
Yeah, out like near Wharton County, like halfway to Victoria, Texas.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it. It's out there.
Yeah, if you're east of that main road, that 160. It's just those houses go for like 60, 70K.
Okay.
And if you're west, you've got some little pockets which are nicer. There's almost like a little historical section there with nicer houses.
So Highway 60 runs north-south, and that's what you're saying. Yep. The east side of it's not as good as the west side's better?
Correct. I wouldn't even really mess with it if you're on the east side, unless you can get it for like
cheap.
dirt cheap.
Yeah, I see some I see a $16,000 lot that's 7,500 square foot, and
yeah, you can get stuff out there.
So
cheap.
that's a comp right there for one of the vacant lots that's on there, basically, right?
Yeah, and so he's got this one on 12th Street, and then he's got how many lots?
Well, so then if you take that address and plug it in to Google Maps, then I can go through it with you.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, do you see the nicer the White House?
Yep, the one with the
fully renovated in 2018. They're living in that. That's actually the house this is like his family's owned all this. And they converted the garage into a master. And then I guess he said on the left, he said if you're looking at the front, the left is the bathroom and the primary bedroom, and it shares a wall with another one, so you could add another bathroom. Okay, and then to the left, you see there's the big tree, and it's a big vacant lot. There's actually like a concrete pad there, it looks like.
Yep.
And there's a trailer. Okay, that, and then there's that black car in the driveway, and then there's another house. So that's part of it too. And it's 0.52 acres.
Let me see what the other house. Oh, okay, yeah. So
it needs a full remodel, he said.
Okay. So the other house is essentially on Avenue B.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Avenue B. Yep. And then the other house was fully renovated 2018. And I mean, you can see the listing pictures. It's pretty nice. The other one, let's see.
So on their listing, they're only trying to sell the house, right?
Just the one house, yes.
Okay. It's not replatted or anything, huh? Is it all on the same lot?
Well, what he told me, he texted me another picture. I believe, okay, the main...
I'll pull up the tax roll.
Yeah, and it looks like the main house and that vacant lot are together, and then it is platted to where that second house is on its own lot. But what he told me is that they're all three lots are 50 by 150. They're 7,500 square feet each. So kind of made it sound like there is three lots, but he did send me like a screenshot, and it does look like there's the main house and that vacant lot is one, and then the house.
On the tax roll, the 1216 is 22,000 square feet, so half an acre.
So on the tax roll right now, it's showing that this is all just one property. So you would have to pay to split it?
Well, no, because how much is he saying is the total acreage?
0.52 acres.
Yeah, so it's all on one tax roll.
So what? Right now, it's all on one tax roll. So what does that mean?
Yeah. If you were going to sell the secondary house at the back, you would have to just replat it.
Is that hard? Have you done that?
Yeah, it's not too hard. It's going to cost you some money.
Like what kind of some money?
Probably $7,000-8,000.
Okay, so $7K. Okay, and then what if you have to do that twice? Like, what if you want to make three lots?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've never done it with multiple like that. You probably want to call Bay City and ask them, tell them you're thinking about buying this and replat it. And also ask them if there's any restrictions to doing that. I don't think there will be, but it's always good to know. Yeah,
and he said, so if you turn around and across the street from the White House, there was a bunch of vacant lots or something, and he said some developer bought like half a city block there and built a bunch of new construction, and they all sold out quick.
Well, that'd be interesting. They're building new builds in Bay City.
Yeah, he said it doesn't show up on the Google Maps. He's like, yeah, it's not on there yet, but there's a bunch of new builds right there, and they all sold fast.
Mm-hmm. So how much does he want?
Right now, like around 230, I think is what he's kind of shooting for the whole entire thing.
230. So just run it. Do we know the dimensions of that secondary house?
It is. It's a 2-bed, 1 bath. I'll see how big it is.
Okay, because the way you're looking at essentially at 230. You're buying each house for $115,000.
Yep.
So what can we make the ARV on each one?
Right. Yeah. And okay, that's a good way to look at it. So even though it's 3 lots or whatever, you're basically buying 2 properties, and then you're splitting it at 115. The white one would be close, but it's already renovated.
Itself, like if you split it into 3 lots, is not going to have much value in Bay City. I mean, you're probably looking at 10, 15K in all their states. So I would just split it down the middle, and then you have 2 properties with 2 lots of around 10, 11,000 square feet. But then you're essentially buying each one for 115. Let's say you have to put in, what do you think, 70,000 on that back one?
Probably. I mean, just not being in it, but he says full remodel, and now just doing this, walking enough properties, it seems like everything is at least 60, 65,000. I mean, and it needs foundation stuff too. So
that's the way I would run it. I would just run it as 2 properties. He's asking $115K on each one.
Okay, I'm going to ask how big that second one is, and I'll get that info.
On the 12th Street, let me look at the listing photos.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it looks, looks in okay shape. I can see stuff like window units, so it probably doesn't have central air. But yeah, cool little backspace.
Yeah, I think they converted garage. He said it's around 1,000 square feet. He believes the other one.
Because what you could do is like replot it and just or someone can refinance this one. We'll look at the comps on it because you're not going to need much work to get rent ready on this one.
Yeah, the main house is like they're living in it. It's nice. It would be that other one you'd have to do stuff with.
Yeah. So what I mean is you could buy it, you could replat it, you could cash out refinance this one to get a little bit of money back, and then put kind of goes towards the other one.
Oh, so okay, buy the white one, split it up, do a cash out refi, and then use some of that money for the other one.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way. Let me take a look. We got to figure out what the value is of the White House, right?
Right.
It's not selling right now for how much?
170.
Yeah, it's not selling for 170. But what do we think we're gonna? Let's just kind of hypothetically say, what do you think the ARV is going to be?
Well, that's what I don't get, and I guess if he was on the phone right now, I'd ask him: are you listing that White House with the full 0.52 acres right now? Like how can you list that for 170 and not if it's not replatted?
Well, you can list it. I mean, it's going to be on there. It's going to be on the sell. So let me read the listing description.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because that's what I'm wondering too. If the agent didn't know that and didn't discuss that with the seller of like, hey, this is only one tax roll, so you would technically have to sell all of this.
Correct.
You can't just like
contract right now. That back house and that additional land is going to be included in that contract.
And that tax roll you're reading right now that's what this is right now. There's no like, oh yeah, we replatted it and.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it from CAD. So this is what the Bay City has it as, and I see the listing here. The guy's name is Rico, right? Rico Rodriguez. Yeah.
That's probably his dad, yeah, or his mom. Yeah.
So then I go down and I look at the CAD survey, and on the survey, the lot dimensions. Here, I'll send you a picture of it. You can see what they have it as. You see that back section right there on Avenue B. So let me text you this. All right, take a look at that. So this is what's on Realist. This is like how the city has it essentially surveyed. It's not actually a survey, but it just shows you what they have the dimensions in the building. So if you look on, you see it?
Yep.
So they're on 12th Street. The one on the left, that's that White House.
Yep.
And then I'm assuming this one down on the right here is Avenue B.
Yep.
Unless I'm wrong, and that section that goes a little bit further with those two buildings is in there.
And I think it is because I think that one on the right is just that foundation.
The slab, yeah.
It is, and the one below it is the second property because he sent me a screenshot. I'll text you real quick. That shows that, and so it's probably divided into two right now. Is the White House not selling for $170,000? That's a massive lot. Okay, I'll text you this because this I don't know. This is on like Zillow. It looks like so Zillow has it split up.
Ask him if he has the address to that back house. Let's see what his response is.
I think he does. That probably would have helped everything. I'm so new at this shit. Hold on.
No, that's all right.
So see that picture I sent you? How's it lined out?
Hey, here's what I can do too. I can actually search the tax roll with that same owner name and see if another address pops up.
He told me I'm an idiot. 1 Avenue B.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me pull that one up.
Yeah, he's selling it for 170 is the White House and that massive lot, and then the other one is split.
Got it. Okay, so the other one's lot is 7,500 square feet.
Yep.
So we have the total of like 30,000 roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to replat anything.
No, unless you wanted to, if you wanted to ever do a third lot, but that seems like it's not worth it to spend $8,000 to replat it, and you might get $10,000 for it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There's definitely no need.
Unless you wanted to like build something on it, if you could frame up right there.
Yeah, if it doesn't knock it down and you want to build something later on down the line, I guess you could just hold it and pay $100 in tax a year on it or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We did that one video where we talked about using a DSCR loan to like build a new construction house. Maybe you could divide that thing it costs you $7,000 to divide it if all the numbers worked out and just build a new construction home and try and sell it,
Yeah, it just isn't the right area because the homes there are so low end that it's good. Whatever it takes is going to cost you $120, $130 a square foot to develop that. So
gotcha.
Just got to run the numbers and see if it's worth it. You could essentially get the lot for free, but
yep.
is it, is the house going to sell? Let's say you build a 1,500 square foot house.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's say we come up with a good,
180,000.
let's say we actually come up with a good number, like, hey, this is what we would buy it for. Do you think it would be worth, and maybe the other thing we calculate is like fixing up that second one and then do the DSCR, like refinance, pull some cash back out, pay myself, and now have 2 rentals down there? Or is that area tough to rent, like tough renters or what?
Yeah, I've got some there, like I mentioned. It's a struggle. You have a certain like price point, and it was one of the ones I bought early on. They cash flow well, but you're going to really struggle with your tenants.
Do you have a manager? Do you have like a manager down there?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, even with the manager, if they're not paying rent, it's still gets frustrating.
Yeah, I just wonder if you were dealing with that yourself. Okay. Well, you got.
Yeah, I don't deal with it myself. I have a property manager, but yeah, you can do that too. But I would just run them separately and then offer a joint offer. So what's the ARV of the White House, and then what's the ARV of the back house on Avenue B? Put those 2 ARVs together, and then still run it with your 70% of your rehab, and then just give them one offer for both. It's going to sound more attractive.
Gotcha. Yeah, he wants out of the whole thing. So, we'll run those numbers. Now, last thing, let's say you owned this and you're in his situation. Like, what is your best bet? Probably just getting out from underneath these as they are and not investing another dime. Take it. Because he owns, he only owes like $30K, so he could make some money, move on from those, and go? Or would you try and do some other kind of like, because it sounds like he just wants to go, so it's not like he's going to stay in it. So it is selling him of some sort.
He probably doesn't want to become an investor, overnight and worry about it. The one house he's trying to sell, the other one he hasn't listed. So, was his initial intention not to sell that back house, or what was that?
I don't know if he can. He's had thoughts. Like, he was just like, I've thought about maybe fixing it up and flipping, but he's like, we're just not there right now. And all the health issues that, and I'm disabled now, and, I can't work. I used to work in the plants. I just can't work like that anymore. But I am interested in investing. And now if I sell these, I'll have some. He's like, just kind of one of those like, dude, I'm ready to just kind of start over, man. Like, get some money and go.
Yeah, I just don't. We have to see what we can offer on the White House.
Yep.
I think you could. Does he own that back house free and clear and just own $30K on the White House?
That's what it sounds like. Let me
see if I can pull up the deed on this Avenue B one and see what how much, if he owes anything. Mortgage. See, I got no mortgage history. So if he owns that back one, what I might try to do, which I think could be really cool, is offer him an owner finance. Offer him like a cash offer on the White House, but offer him like an owner finance on that back house.
Gotcha. And then owner finance, meaning, okay, I'm going to pay you monthly, but I'm going to go in and renovate it, or just what?
Yeah, tell him, hey, dude, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you cash for the White House so you have a lump sum, but also what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you terms on that back house.
Okay. And then now he'll be making a monthly payment on it, and then can I finance hard money, like a renovation budget on that still?
Well, I think let's look at it and see how much work it actually needs, because what we can do is, we can structure something where we can still loan on it. Maybe he can take a second position on it, or we partner on it. I don't know. But then there's other options too that we could owner finance that house once it's livable.
Gotcha.
Basically, we can avoid all the cost of the lending. We can go in there, take the time with it, and then if we need to wrap it, like to resell it, depending on what we offer, we might even be able to just kind of buy them out of that position. I don't know. There's some options there.
Okay. Well, maybe
I'll try to dig into the numbers and see what would work. But I think if we can kind of get creative on the financing for that back house, it might be better than just doing a straight up hard money loan and flipping it. Because that area, especially if it's livable, we can throw that on the MLS with selling it purely as owner finance.
All right, you're making my head spin, but I like it. Well, here's what we'll do. Like, run those options and see what numbers we would need to be at, what the best options are. And then, like he said, he still has it listed for 2 weeks. The contract's about to expire, and he's like, I don't even want to accept an offer. I want to just be done with it. So
by contract, you mean his listing agreement?
Yes, listing agreement with his agent, who's awful. He can't stand, which has made him go do tons of research, and that's why he wants to be a realtor now. With that being said, we could cruise out there and film this and go through all these scenarios and then actually eyeball these things.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay,
it's
cool.
all going to come down to what we can find on that ARV of that White House. Because if the ARV is really like 130 or 140,
yep,
or 150, and he's asking 170, and he's just pissed off he can't get it.
Yep.
it's going to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But we'll just have to play with
numbers
and
are numbers.
see if we can make something attractive to him by including that back house into the deal.
I love it, man. These crazy. It's crazy getting into this world. How many options there are. So
yeah, I love creative financing.
I know. I can hear it.
Although essentially I'm the bank with the lending, the creative financing is awesome because you can get some really good deals.
Cool, man.
I had this house I bought once for. It was in Port Arthur. I bought it for $20,000 and I paid cash for it. And then I turned around and I owner financed it for like 80 or 85, and I got like a $15,000 down payment.
Wow.
So I was only like.
Oh, now I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what I did was I only had like $5,000 into it, and then I got almost, because I got all it back on the back end when I sold it owner finance. And then what happened was I had it free and clear essentially, right?
Yeah.
So I was making like $500-600, or I still am making like $500-600 every single month on that owner finance note where I sold it.
How long did you structure that out for?
The total note I believe was either a 10 or 15 year note.
Dude, $500 a month for 10-15 years on an owner.
Yeah, because I'm putting 8 to 10% interest on there.
Yeah, and so somebody who can't get a loan from the bank, they love it.
Yeah, and this is a positive thing. It's not derogatory at all, but we have a huge Hispanic community here, and they love ownership. Yeah, they love ownership, and they don't want to rent. So if you can structure the sales price anywhere remotely similar to what they're going to rent a house for in those neighborhoods, they're going to love it. But that $1,400-1,500 note, you might be making $500-600 on that on the difference easily.
Dude, you just made my head spin. Now I'm gonna try and find a bunch of these,
why
dude.
Why they're better than rentals night and day is I get 0 calls on those because I don't own them. We've sold them. They're their house. They're the owner. If the AC goes, if the plumbing goes, if the electrical goes, that's on them. It's like you calling up Wells Fargo and asking them to fix your AC.
And now that person says screw it and walks away from that house. You now still own it, and you can do the same thing again.
Yeah, you'd have to foreclose on it, but you'd have to foreclose on it, but you're first lien position, so it's not hard to take it back. But historically, they actually have a much less default rate than your tenants.
Yeah, because they're getting a great deal too.
Yeah, they have ownership, man. They have pride of ownership. There's nothing better than them getting in there and fixing up that house that that if they stop paying on it, then you get to take it back. You don't want to take it back.
That's cool, dude. I love that. Well, I'm excited to hear your options on this, and we'll see what we can do with it, man. That's radical.
Yeah, that's why I like these cheap ones. They're almost easier to sell owner finance. You put a yard sign in there that says dueño a dueño, owner to owner.
Yep. And
cool. You'll get 100 calls.
Dude, that's rad. Okay, well, let's run those numbers and then we'll look into it more.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so I thought that was pretty cool. If you've got deals that you don't know what to do with, just like Daniel, and I will tell you, me and Daniel have been talking a lot. We've actually been texting back and forth. It's not a deal that I'm going to be purchasing, but he's gotten a lot of information from us and from Hard Money Joe. So he's going to be getting in the flipping game himself. We've been talking to him, and if you're ever in Houston, you're going to have to hit up his barbecue joint. But that brings up an interesting point. If you've got deals, we're looking, we're interested in it. And then now we've actually been having a lot of people email lately because they've got a lot of built up capital and liquidity in cash. Again, I had no idea where this YouTube channel was gonna go, but Hard Money Joe can actually teach you how to use that cash to be funding some of these deals. And then you don't have to do any of the flipping. You don't have to do any of the investing. You just get your monthly check, whatever that percentage is. And I'm not legally allowed to say how much return, but it's juicy. So if you honestly want more information on how you can fund some of these, not only just my deals, but deals all across Houston and across the country, just email me, invest@realagentnow.com. Just email me and say, what's up, homie? I got some liquid cash. I got some capital. I want to learn how to partner up with Hard Money Joe and deploy some of it and sit back and get that mailbox money. Shoot me that email, I'll set up the call. But just like Daniel, he's getting into the house flipping game, and he says this channel has been amazing for him going forward. Well, I built a free course. I took about 6 or 7 of the best videos. If you want to get into house flipping, that is a free course. Everything is documented, nothing is hidden. I guarantee you that's going to help you more than anything you find on YouTube.